The Queen has praised the hospitality and dynamism of the North West as she begins a two-day visit to the region along with Prince Philip and Prince Charles. It's rare for the three top royals to travel together, but this morning, as part of the Diamond Jubilee celebrations, they've been in East Lancashire. Her Majesty is currently enjoying lunch at Burnley Football Club, and Roger's there now. Although, Roger, I don't think you get lunch, do you, unfortunately?
No. Of course not. The Queen's having lunch in the main stand just behind. We reckon she's having roast lamb, though, because there's a bit of an appetising whiff coming out of the kitchens this morning. As you can see, thousands of local school children are here. They're listening to a bit of entertainment. The Queen's going to come out and watch a bit of it shortly. She arrived here just before 1 o'clock after a busy morning, visiting lots of different places in the town of Burnley. And my colleague Peter Marshall has been following the morning's events.
They came, they cheered, they waved as Burnley played host to three royals all at once. Her Majesty the Queen, the Duke of Edinburgh and Prince Charles didn't let them down.
Because we've never seen her before. You should come all this way just to see us. I know we're like the luckiest children in the world.
Then it was all aboard the barge Pride of Sefton 2 for a Diamond Jubilee trip into Burnley's historic Weavers' Triangle. The barge normally operates cruises for disabled children and adults.
Oh, it's a fantastic honour for myself and the charity that we work for, and all our passengers that come on, all our disabled passengers in Sefton.
For Prince Charles, these are well-known waters. It's his fifth visit here in 7 years. He's played a key role in promoting investment in the Weavers' Triangle, which was the heart of Burnley's world-famous cotton cloth industry in the 19th century. Her Majesty the Queen spoke warmly of the area.
I'm delighted to be in Burnley, the start of this Jubilee tour of the northwest of England. Over the next 2 days, Prince Philip and I look forward to seeing much of the hospitality and the dynamism for which this part of England is rightly renowned.
The visit won't all be about heritage and history. The royal visitors will also see how Burnley's preparing for the future. Peter Marshall, BBC North West Today, Burnley.
The Queen's lunches as a guest of the chairman of Burnley Football Club, Barry Kilby, who steps down after 13 years in charge to fight a battle with cancer at the end of next week. It'll be an emotional time for him, I'm sure. A memorable one for all this lot. We'll hear from them on North West Tonight, of course, at 6:30. The Queen moves on to Accrington next, and we'll be live there, myself and Tony, at 6:30. Kate, back to you.
Thanks, Roger. Back to royal matters now, and though the Queen's visit to Lancashire is all about pleasure today, she has more than a passing business interest in the county. That's because the office of the Duke of Lancaster is now a vital part of her private income. It raises more than £13 million a year, and JC Normand went to meet the man who manages Her Majesty's affairs.
Now this is said to be one of the most beautiful parts of Britain. This part of the Trough of Bowland around Whitewell is a triumphant celebration of northwest nature.
What many people may find surprising is that the land around here belongs to the Queen. To find out why, you have to take a step back through time and history.
We go back to 1399 to Henry IV. He passed a charter which said that the duchy inheritance was to be kept entirely separate from crown lands and crown estates. And we work on the same principle even today. We still refer back to that charter.
The duchy is now a vital part of the Queen's private income, raising more than £13 million a year. It also means the Queen takes a unique interest in her lands here.
When she comes to visit the estate, she knows what's going on and has a keen interest in all things duchy.
JC Normand, North West Today, Lancashire.
And you can see more on that this Saturday in The Queen and I, 60 Years in the North West at 4:20 on BBC One.
The Queen, the Duke of Edinburgh and Prince Charles are in East Lancashire today on the latest part of the Diamond Jubilee tour. The royal party travelled by barge to an area of Burnley recently regenerated by the Prince's Trust. Warning, there is some flash photography in this report from our royal correspondent Nicholas Witchell.
It's her Jubilee, but one day it will be her eldest son's inheritance and his responsibility to take the monarchy forward. But sometimes, so it is said, Prince Charles has felt undervalued even within his own family.
Mummy.
It hasn't always been the easiest of mother-son relationships, complicated by their dual private and public roles.
Coupled with Your Majesty, I really am enormous.
The royal family are greeted on their...
The root of the problem is said to lie in Charles's childhood, when she was busy as a newly crowned queen and he was a sometimes rather lost little boy. And then, of course, there were the strains brought about by his deteriorating first marriage and the tortuous path to his second. But all of that is very definitely in the past now, it would seem, and in this Jubilee year, the Queen has today made a very particular point of showing her admiration for her elder son's charitable work. They were in Burnley, a Lancashire town which was once a thriving hub of the cotton industry. The Queen heard how 6 of the Prince's charities have been working to regenerate parts of the town. The Queen paid tribute to her son's leadership.
And so it is a great source of pride to see your work bearing fruit, the result of your determination to make changes for the better in a wide range of areas across the country and further afield is an ongoing legacy which is present for all to see.
Comments like that aren't unknown, but they are pretty unusual. A tribute to a son whose commitment to a range of issues is considerable.
All of this is tangible evidence of the difference that the Prince's charities have made, and that difference now has the warm endorsement of his mother.
The Prince's plan now is to do the same kind of thing in 5 other communities in different parts of the country. Nicholas Witchell, BBC News in Burnley.